Good evening and welcome to another edition of TV Talk Tonight with Steve and Brandon, a TV talk show where we talk about TV. And if you'd like a visual representation of what we're doing, I went to a bar mitzvah this weekend and someone drew me a little caricature. Doesn't that look like me when I was probably 14, when I had more hair? Anyway, it says I'm interviewing a movie star. And in fact, we are interviewing a movie star today because a movie star named Jacqueline Friedlander is going to be joining us later in the show today. She starred in a movie called The River Within, and she's actually works at an aquarium, is going to be talking to us today about Friends with Fins, which is a TV series that she's created for aquariums. She's going to be a bit of a show and tell. She's going to be like my Jack Hanna later in the show. But first, we have a busy week of TV to talk about with Carls. Hey, Carls. It's upfronts weeks and we've had some big TV news. Let's talk about first highlight of the week, which was Betty White on SNL.
Oh, which was very funny.
You liked it?
Yes, an 88-year-old at that late at night. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, apparently, according to all the tweets, she was at the after party till 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Craziness.
So
I wonder if she was dancing on the tables.
I wouldn't surprise me, but if only SNL could be that good every week.
Yeah, it was really... I mean, not everything was hilarious, but it was still good.
Yeah, and they brought back all the other old female...
Yes, and they did a lot of stuff that they didn't actually show on television.
That's
like
true, there's
Debbie
a few
Downer.
things got cut, but, you know, we can always say positive things about Betty White and her muffin.
Definitely.
Very good.
Her muffin, yes.
Yes, and this week Alec Baldwin's hosting. He's like, you're going to forget all about Betty White. So let's see if he lives up to it.
Well, he's been on it like a million times.
This is his 15th time, I believe, which means he ties Steve Martin as host with the most.
Right.
So him and Steve, I reckon Steve Martin's definitely going to cameo in this week's SNL.
Interesting.
Monday, Big Bang Theory had Judy Greer guest starring as a bit of a sex maniac. Now, I personally liked the episode. What about you?
I really liked Judy Greer, but I didn't love the episode. It kind of lost me for some reason. Didn't hold my attention.
Yeah, once she started going after Raj and Woolowitz, and there was like, you know, a force of possibility.
And doing the little fantasy game.
Yeah, and I was swept away.
Right,
So maybe that's why the rest sort of just melted around me.
Right, interesting.
I did enjoy How I Met Your Mother. Robots versus Wrestlers was a subplot where... Barney and then we're going to see that, where Ted wanted to hang with his aristocrat friends.
Of course.
Peter Bogdanovich and the editor of the New York Times.
The important people.
So that was a good sort of point-counterpoint episode, which I enjoyed. And 24.
Oh, my favourite show.
Oh, I tell you, Jack Bauer wanted to get a SIM card out of a guy who swallowed it, so he literally gutted him. He just right up the thing to get out. I mean, with 4 hours to go, they're just pulling out all the stops. Never mind that some guy's arm got cut off in the beginning of the season. We're going to literally gut a guy.
They're upping the ante.
They are.
Yes.
Speaking of upping the ante.
Yes.
What do you think of a TV show that airs that has no series regulars? What do you think of the balls,
it's a bold move.
The cojones of Damon and Carlton to show that episode Across the Sea of Lost with no series regulars?
It was interesting. It's a bold move. I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
I liked the episode on its own.
Yeah.
But as part of the series.
As knowing we've only got 3 hours left and we only got 1 or 2 answers, and of course we've got more questions.
Well, yes, we found out something about the source of the island, what Jacob does, why the man in black... Well, actually, we don't find out why he wants to get off. Well, you do. He wants to see his people.
He's never been across the sea, so he doesn't know it.
So I think we found out a lot.
We did find out, but I mean, with only 3 hours to go... I mean, I applaud where they were going with it. One critic said it was a grade A idea and a B+ package.
Right.
So I tend to agree with that.
Okay. The little kid looked like a mini Zac Efron. Man in Black.
Little man in black. Who,
yes. I want to know his name.
Well...
Man in Black, whatever.
Well, did they even bother giving him a name? I mean, that's not one of the big things.
Apparently on Hulu, someone wrote... Jacob and Esau.
Well, yeah, they're going back to the Bible. They're going back to the Bible for that.
Interesting.
Yes, next week's episode, this Tuesday, What They Died For, is a pretty good one. We've already seen it because we went to Lost Live this weekend. They had the final celebration at Royce Hall, UCLA. There's the program for it, and this is the ticket.
We travelled on Oceanic Airlines.
Yes, the ticket to get in was an Oceanic Airlines ticket, and we were there with about 20 of the cast members plus the executive team, and saw the next episode.
Yes.
And at the
no cell phones, no cameras.
At the end of the episode, Carly's clapping, and she turns to me and says, "Why aren't I clapping?" And the answer was, I was still trying to process it all. You know,
he was a bit shell-shocked.
Yeah, I mean, some of the candidates sat down with Jacob and actually had a conversation about why and what, so we got some answers.
Interesting. Let's not give away too much.
You'll watch it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
What did you think of Glee this week? A bit of laryngitis?
I really liked the episode, but none of the songs really spoke to me for some reason.
Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, look, yeah, the lady is a tramp. Nothing special except the way that Puck did it. It was nice to see. He's done Sweet Carolina, and now he's done this one. I mean, I do like Rose's Turn from Gypsy. You know, Bette Midler's done that song, Patti LuPone, Angela Lansbury. So it was fun to see Kurt do that. What else did we have? The client, you know, the
last one won by you two.
One didn't do anything for me. Santana, nice to see she had a song, but you know, she was with Mercedes. Yeah. So next week, NPH.
I'm very excited about that.
He's
and Joss Whedon directing. That's pretty cool.
Yes. The Modern Family went to Hawaii.
I wonder why they went to Hawaii.
Well, they wanted to have a family vacation, and then they wanted to make it seem real.
We don't think that Julie Bowen's going to be on Lost.
Well, you think they moved the entire cast of crew so she could do one little cameo?
They're both ABC shows, aren't they?
It's true. They could have done two birds with it. We'll find out in the finale.
We will find out.
If they did two birds with one stone, but putting Sarah back onto Lost. Interesting. Now, Community. I know we last week forgot to mention
we did
the paintball
best episode ever.
You just loved it because of its...
I loved it because I am in a community college and priority registration is very, very, very important.
Carly is here studying at the LA Community College where they film the exteriors of Community. So,
but the episode, it was classic. It really was classic television.
But how do you go back? How do you come up after that? Like this week's episode was about Senior Chang not really being a teacher.
It was still very good. Yeah. And them studying for the exam.
Yeah. They had a subplot with Troy trying to be like Goodwill Hunting, but he could do pipes, and it was interesting, but it didn't carry it on for me. Right. But now I think they're realizing, well, it's going to be another year. They're going to leave class, but we need to stick them together. And if Senior Chang only teaches Spanish, and we don't learn Spanish next week, there's no point for Ken to be in the show anymore. But now he's a student, so he'll be back next year as well.
Interesting.
Tell me about Vampire Diaries finale.
Vampire Diaries had a lot in it. It was a great ending. They brought Catherine back.
The original...
Well, actually, they showed Catherine.
The original vampire.
So, at the end of the episode, she chopped someone's fingers off. Violence.
Ooh.
And then she killed...
Did you actually see it?
Yes. And then she killed Elena's father, who Elena had just found out.
Was he a series regular?
No,
or was he just
wasn't.
We don't worry about him.
And they killed all the vampires in town except Damon and Stefan.
Well, because those are the two leads.
Oh, and Jeremy. We think Jeremy is going to change. Ooh. Pretty much you saw him drink Anna's blood, and then you saw him take all these sleeping pills and go to sleep. So we think he's going to be dead, and because he's got the blood in him, he's going to be a vampire.
That'll be why we want to tune in next season.
Yes, and I mean, Elena walked in when Catherine was in the kitchen, so maybe they'll see
each other. Yeah. It'll be like a Back to the Future moment.
Whoa.
Where Jennifer of old and Jennifer of new see each other in Fate.
Yeah, not sure about that, but okay, sure.
So there's a lot more to talk about, but before we do, I want to just get into the upfronts and pull out my little scorecard from last week.
He loves his props.
To show that, pretty much correctly accurate in what I guessed. I mean, Lie to Me is back. All these shows are coming back, but just...
You weren't very good about the Heroes. 13.
Well, Heroes did, I'm happy with the fact that Heroes is not coming back. Heroes is the only one. Everything else that I said on the Hell No is Hell No. You can see they actually all got officially cancelled.
Someone needs to hire Steven.
Yeah, everything that's not mentioned here is a CBS show because everyone's leaking it early. NBC and Fox, they're getting out their information early.
You didn't have Law and Order
CBS... Well, I didn't. I tell you, Law and Order was the big shock. No one knew Law and Order was going to get cancelled.
Okay.
But hey, they picked up Law and Order Los Angeles, so
which I'm still against.
It does live on. But Heroes will probably have a 2-hour movie to finish it off. Chuck, Human Target, Lie to Me, all back for 13. They're also talking about Life Unexpected and One Tree Hill each getting 13, so they might share a time slot.
One Tree Hill really needs to go.
It's been 7 seasons, but it still has an audience.
Forever.
What else do you put on?
I don't know, it's a really bad
I don't know. V is back for 13.
Yep.
So, and goodbye.
I'm sad Flash Forward's gone.
Well, you were one of the few people who's continued to watch it.
But it's not going to get wrapped up.
Unfortunately, no. We'll get the main thing, but no Mercy on Mercy.
And Happy Town's gone. I really liked it.
Well, there you go. So... We're going to tell you all next week what gets picked up. There's J.J. Abrams has got a new show. Undercover's got picked up. Shonda Rhimes is now going to have 3 shows on the air. She's got another doctor show called Off the Map.
She's ranking it in.
Yeah. Private Practice. We said goodbye to Dell this week. Right. If anyone still watches or cares about Chris from Private Practice. Nah. Grace is pretty good. They're getting all McSexy again.
McSexy.
They're all mixing it up.
McDonald's is going to introduce a McSexy.
I think so. I think you're going to have a big McSexy.
And it's going to be nothing because you need to lose weight.
Yeah, that's true. All right. We're going to be back very soon talking to Jacqueline Freelander about Friends with Fins. So click on the new link and we'll see you soon.